Now, before anyone starts accusing me of being late, you're just early, okay? And, hey everyone, JSD Cool here, and welcome back to Satisfactory. Once again, I am here, playing 1.0, as usual. Hello, I'm here as well. Some stuff has happened since the last stream. This is new. So yeah, let's, I guess, go over what we've been doing since the last stream, and actually, this will be quite handy. So in the last stream, which was shorter than I'd like it to be because the intro started actually earlier than it usually does, I was building a power plant, which I think we should go pay a visit to right about now. It's located right over this way off the coast of the landmass, which looks interesting from up here. Now here we go. Here's the factory loaded in. This flight's taking a little bit longer than I anticipated. Okay. And power plant. So, yes. After the last stream, I got this power plant up and running relatively quickly. The distribution for all these pipes worked out. Here's how I did it. As you can see, it is what it is. Oh yeah, also I got a jetpack. That's what allowed me to not die after getting launched over here. Yeah, under here we have, this might be pretty hard for people on YouTube to see because it is dark. Oh, look, a flashlight. Oh yeah, we just have the coal distribution here. All those belts that we brought over. Wow, that's loud. All the belts we brought over are right here with all three of those. I was gonna wall this in, but then I was like, why not? So anyhow, with this power plant completed, that brought us up to 4,500 megawatts of power generation on the network, which was a nice little cushion of, a nice little cushion to build onto. And so that gave us the breathing room to turn on the production of our oil-based products, because turning that on would have gone way over the previous. How is that thing still respawning? There was a ton of foundation there. That stupid arachnid stinger still respawning there. Anyhow, hypertube means I don't have to deal with it. Thank goodness. I actually do not understand, though, how it's able to spawn there with that much foundation. It makes no sense. Anyhow. Oh, don't have to deal with that. Thank goodness. Anyhow. Boop, 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 boop. Going through the tube. But yeah, so let's get back to the factory before I continue this story. Oh yeah, so just yesterday some stuff happened. Minecraft Not Live happened. Literally none of it was live. It was entirely pre-recorded. Very disingenuous that they called it live. It's not live. That was my only really big complaint with the show, is that it just was not live, and it was so obviously not live. It was funny how they had the villager news segments in there. That was quite funny. Yeah, that's basically my only notes. Actually, my other note is like, why would I want to go into the Pale Garden biome? Like, what reason would I want to go in there besides the new wood, which I could get during the day? Like, why would I want to go in there at night? Because that's obviously when we're gonna have to deal with the new mob. Why would I want to do it? They don't. You can't kill them, and they don't drop anything as is. And you could acquire the block that spawns them. But then you just have the block that spawns them. That's all it does. So anyhow, that's basically all my notes. But yeah, anyhow, so over here on this one, then we were able to activate this stuff here to produce fuel, and I got to doing some calculations. Oh yeah, we also have more refineries over here. Not all of them are in use, and some of them do different things based off how I was doing them. But I did some calculating, and with all of this, we got, I believe it's 360 cubic meters of fuel per minute. So I did some back of the napkin math calculations, and if we converted that all to turbo fuel, we'd have exactly 300 turbo fuel per minute, which is exactly enough for 16 refineries and 40 fuel generators, which we were also able to unlock the milestone of. Speaking of which, I actually have a bunch of milestones to go through in the codex. But yeah, and we were able to pretty easily unlock the fuel generators, and they've so great stuff, guys. They've made it not ridiculously expensive to make this thing. In the past, this required these fuel generators required computers and what is it? Heavy modular frames. These things required both computers and heavy modular frames. When I was doing a turbo fuel power plant to sustain us, and the last time I was playing Satisfactory before 1.0, I remember crafting for hours of screws and computers and stuff just to be able to make enough of these things for my turbo fuel generation. Now that these don't require any of this, it was so much easier. We just we basically have all these resources already. Just have to wait for the rubber to pile up here. Oh yeah, also, while I'm seeing this offline player here, Charity Cool probably won't be joining us this stream, so yeah. Oh my gosh, so much easier. So anyhow, I just kind of decided to go for it. So yeah, with that, I just kind of decided to go for it, and so that's why I behold to you the 10,000 megawatt power plant loading in beneath us here. We kind of went. We have way too much speed to make it over here, but it is faster to come here like this than any other way that we currently have terrestrially. Oh, these are loud. Standing up here. Alright. So yeah, as you can see, 40 fuel generators, all with turbo fuel pumped into them, which is being manufactured in real time inside these buildings. Now, I stayed up till like 1:30 in the morning after the last stream, finishing this off and getting this working, but I had to come back the next day and make changes so I guess yesterday, and make changes because I had just taken the straight output from these and plumbed it directly into these generators and let it go, which did mean though that because we are producing exactly as much as we're using, the fuel didn't have any opportunity to actually get down to the end most of the time. So not only were we not running at our max potential capacity, but the generators were often cycling on and off because of lack of fuel. So I turned all the generators off, let the fuel on, or split the line, let fuel on both of these things buffer up to an entire industrial fluid buffer. And yeah, we haven't had a single issue since. We'll take you inside this building that I built then. We have 16 of these, as I said. This is the boring side. This is where the turbo fuel comes out. This is the more interesting side where stuff goes in. We have the normal fuel coming in 2 pipes here, because it is 60 fuel per minute more than a single pipe can take. So we just did 2 pipes coming off of the supply in the factory. And the balancing was kind of whatever. So right down here at the end, they just both flow into this U-shaped pipe here. So if one pipe is... well, so that everything down here can get what it needs, and it doesn't matter which pipe is going. They just both kind of got to be going at the same time. Any extra will just go around the vent here and then down into this system where we actually split the fuel pretty well between all of these. But of course, that's the only ingredient for turbo fuel. The other thing is compacted coal, which is what this over here is doing. So there happened to be a really close by pure sulfur patch that we were managed to get in here. And in terms of coal, well, as it turns out, if you remember back when we were going to get the resources for the motor factory, we obviously needed coal for steel for that. So the location we went to for that, which is basically the same place we got oil from, has had 4 coal patches, and we decided to put them all on the same belt and bring them back here. Well, we kind of forgot about that, because we only used 90 of that coal. So I split off half that belt and sent it over to that factory, and that's what that belt of coal right over there is. And we still have a bunch of extra coal on that belt which is unused. But I also found out yesterday while I was doing some other stuff in the factory, which I'll get to in a moment, which is actually partially based on what what I'm holding right now, that right up here, not right up here, right over here, we have this belt of coal, which is from a pure coal node with a Mark II miner. Ah, shucks. Wait, is it this? No, this belt of coal. Sorry. I get confused. There's multiple belts of coal. Yeah, this belt of coal here, which is from a Mark II miner, was brought into the factory for production of gunpowder. And then we had only hooked up this one single black powder assembler, which takes 15 per minute. An entire belt of 240 coal per minute, and we were using 15. Abso-frickin-lutely ridiculous. So yeah, that's a thing. So I decided to peel another 15 off, and also same sulfur source, make even more black powder, so that I could go up to the next floor, which the door is over this way. And use that black powder. I'm on the wrong side. Here, right here, to make smokeless black powder, which you can then use for research and weaponry and stuff. And we appear to have. Now, the thing with smokeless black powder is the recipe for it takes in heavy oil residue, which is the stuff you get when you directly make plastic out of oil. So I had to do something with this plastic at the moment. So I decided to send that into one of these to make empty canisters, which I then sent into this fuel packager to package up all this fuel that we had stored here. Because actually, before we got the turbo fuel factory running, we were just storing all the fuel to let the plastic and rubber production over here run. And we ended up putting in all of these buffers here. So this is like 6 industrial buffers combined with all of these normal buffers over here, which still somehow have a little bit of fuel in them. Oh, this thing's been disconnected from power, hasn't it? That's why. Pump away. Empty these things finally. So yeah, I decided to just, because we need this space to make other stuff, so I decided to package all this up and then just send it outside here to storage crates over this way. And I calculated this should be roughly enough storage crates. If not, then man, I'm surprised. But yeah, we have a lot of this stuff so far. And we have... That does not go up very fast. Normal fuel is not the best jetpack fuel. I know that, but we have a lot of it sitting around. So I decided why not. How much of this stuff do we have left? Oh, thankfully we are quite far down there. But yeah, we're full on the black powder, or the smokeless black powder right now. So that's why everything is stopped. I'll just delete all of it. We really don't need it yet. Alright, that should restart. Yeah, that should restart the systems there. I did also actually take that and feed it into an automated ammo system, so we have infinite ammo for this gun I'm holding. Yeah, but obviously that's spilled too. Why is the... Oh yeah, we have circuit board production up here. Why is this thing turned off? Or never connected to the power grid? Is it because we don't have the power? No, I think it looks like we have the plastic. Yeah, looks like we do have the plastic resource for this. Oh yeah, also, as another thing with this, so that our power supply doesn't get cut down here, any residue that this stuff creates, because here fuel is the focus, any residue that this stuff creates that isn't sent over there is immediately sent into an awesome sink, so we don't have to worry about it. Yeah, I don't know why JRD Cool did not connect this thing to the power grid. Because he was the one who was building all this stuff, so... I'll just do that. Whoa. That's strange. Yeah. So, now that I'm, 16 minutes into the stream, let me just make sure there's nothing on this floor. I think he was starting to do some stuff. Maybe starting to plan some stuff out, honestly. Let's go... listen to the things that I've experienced since the last stream. Or the things that I've unlocked. Ooh. Wow, there's a lot more than I expected. Alright, I think it's... Yeah, here it is. We had Strange Communications 2 last stream. Now we're going for Tier 5, is what I didn't get, so let's go.
Milestone reached. The transportation of resources can reach new heights of efficiency. With the Mark IV belts and lifts, the truck, but even more importantly, your effort. Handling a large and complicated vehicle like the truck should come easy to a well-trained pioneer such as you. They are an obvious improvement over tractors concerning industrial purposes. Improvements for personal use were not measured.
Interestingly, I was pretty sure at least. But maybe that's... No, that's what I was just thinking of is another one that I'll talk about in a moment. So we got Logistics 4, then we got some MAM research.
Research completed. High-speed connector recipe unlocked. New Caterium research available.
Not very interesting. Priority power switch though, this one's a little bit more interesting.
Priority power switch unlocked. This assists with power grid management by automatically powering down specified connections when a grid failure is imminent. Use it to prioritize power for the most important infrastructure.
Yes, and I believe Jared Cool did go around installing those everywhere. Then we unlocked fluid packaging.
Milestone reached. Avoid the embarrassment of placing liquids in your pockets only for them to spread across your suit. Package and unpackage them with the packager. Packaging fluids allows them to be transported in your inventory, on conveyor belts, and by vehicles. For increased, non-pocket related fluid storage, you can now use the industrial fluid buffer.
No, we could not. The industrial fluid buffer unlocks with petroleum power. It does not unlock with fluid packaging, which is weird why it mentions this, because we could not use it at the time. I immediately went to try to build one, but of course we didn't have it. Oh yeah, by the way, the recipe for the industrial fluid buffer has also been made significantly easier. It no longer requires heavy modular frames, like it did before.
Turbo fuel unlocked. This upgrade to regular fuel is optimal for fuel-powered generators, jetpacks, and fulfilling long-distance trucker fantasies.
Yeah, now unfortunately, we don't have enough additional, or don't have any additional turbo fuel production, so we can't power my jetpack with this up. I think it is better than normal fuel for jetpacks, though. Like I said. Anyhow, then we got...
Milestone reached. It is my honor and privilege to inform you that the fuel-powered generator, as well as the industrial fluid buffer, are now available. Due to a lack of gold in your sector, Caterium will serve as a suitable replacement to construct the fuel-powered generator. Your research into this element was valuable. In fact, you in particular are my most valuable pioneer, but don't tell the others I said that, it would be bad for morale.
Alright, then I got a bunch of MAM research, which is probably all quite useless. Let's be real. Actually, the rifle's kind of funny, I think.
Rifle and rifle ammo unlocked. A long-range weapon and rapid-fire ammunition, only to be used for the defense or acquisition of fix-it property. Conveniently, this includes everything of value on this planet.
Yep. Alright. Then... I actually haven't heard this one, as Jared Cole got these while I wasn't around. Tier 6... Actually, no. Industrial manufacturing I did get. The monorail one I didn't, so let's listen to this.
Milestone reached. Manufacturers can receive up to 4 inputs for the production of complex parts, such
They're
as
also slow as
computers and
fuck.
heavy modular frames, but most importantly the 2 new project parts. The modular engine and adaptive control unit are essential for the development of Phase 3 of project assembly. You are making good progress. The future is starting to look bright.
Alright. And then the monorail train technology.
Milestone reached. Trains are excellent for efficiently moving vast quantities of parts. Train
Keyword
logistics
vast.
can be made more precise and complex with tools found in the railway signaling milestone. I listen to all my pioneers, often when they're not even aware of it. So due to popular demand I have added a motivational message. Choo-choo mother.
Okay. Okay, that's hilarious. I did not expect that though. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I guess today, I did not really have a plan for the stream. Guess we're gonna start working towards this project assembly parts. I doubt we'll even get anywhere as close to there. Everything else requires, realistically, the products. I know this is essential, really. But everything else here effectively requires the products of this. Oh yeah. In terms of the trains, so those really are only efficient if you're using moving vast quantities of parts. Those things can use many megawatts of power while moving. Currently, we do have a surplus in power, but I do not want to take that for granted. That might not last for all that long. So anyhow, let's see. What do these new project assembly parts require? So the modular engine and adaptive control unit. This one actually seems the easiest. We could actually make this right now. If we're willing to go for the minimum of 1 per minute, we have like 10 motors per minute production and probably a lot more than 15 rubber per minute. But if we're willing to just deal with 1 per minute, which that would be 500 minutes of production, which is 8 hours. Doesn't really matter to me. The server's always running, so it's there's no skin off my chest to just have 1 per minute. We produce 20. We produce 40 per minute of rubber. Yes, we produce 40 rubber per minute. So let's do this. What does a manufacturer? Ooh, great trains. Trains. What does a manufacturer require? Oh, it's also much cheaper. I thought this would take computers for some reason. I swear it did in the past. Whoa, does that even really fit in here? Hang on. I'm gonna place this down and then just. Oop, I got it. Build your first manufacturer. Hello. I gotta go up to the next floor. Ah. You see, these floors aren't big enough for manufacturers. They're starting to peek through to the next floor. That's not the best. Can I delete it from up here? I can also delete it from up here. So anyhow, so obviously this is what we're gonna start by making, but explosive rebar can always be also be made here. Tempting, so tempting. I did put down the rebar gun because that thing takes forever to reload in favor of what I got now. Obviously, this requires both computers and heavy modular frames, which are both a pain in the motherfucking ass to make. And that's probably what we're going to be working on later, but we already have all the resources for this in the factory. So I'd say I'll set up a quick production thing for that, and then go feed that into the space elevator here. I just gotta figure out, because it's codecs. Oh, the music just got a lot more intense. Motors, rubber, and that. Motors are going to be easy enough. Those are going to be on the floor below where we're going to be building. All the way on that side. Smart plating, though. That is made right here? No, that's versatile framework. Wait, smart plating on the first floor? I don't know how you're able to slide down the rail Or the stairs like that. Hello? This place is has a lot more production of, copper sheets than I remember. Huh. Ah, smart plating is on the first floor. How did I not know that? Alright, so I'll have to... Ah, yeah. Okay, that's gonna be the hardest part, getting that up to the 4th floor. Rubber is interestingly going to be the easiest thing that we can do, because it's right here. So I will take this corner of the building to install our first manufacturer. Good enough. Alright. Going to be making modular engines, and then we'll have to send this into the space elevator somehow. We'll figure that one out later. First, we need to get rubber over here. I'll pearl it right out of the storage container here. Hopefully this doesn't have any problems on the other end. Alright. Yeah, that'll be fine to go up across the ceiling probably, and into here. Yeah, this thing is 1 minute each, which is quite slow. Very slow, actually. We could make 2 of these things and still have a surplus of rubber production. At this time, I'm not sure if that's actually what we wanted to do. Actually, I know I'm going back and forth here a lot, but it'd only be... How many smart platings are we producing per minute, actually? That's what I need to know. Because obviously that's what matters for these. Is the rate of production of smart platings. Also, hopefully we don't need to use rubber for other things in the future. Because the demand for plastic on everything else is already going to be so high that we're going to be building a whole separate factory just for making more plastic. Because we don't have enough space for refineries in this factory. Okay, we're making 4 smart plating per minute. So actually, you could do with 2... I mean, nah, I'm not going to waste the resources. I was going to say we could do 2 of the modular engines per minute, but that is an unnecessary amount of resources considering it's all going to happen we're going to get enough of these in less than a day anyway. So, I don't see a reason to overstress our resources for something that's not really going to be all that necessary for us to have. Man, this game either requires you to make an absurd factory, factory for all these things, or just AFK for a long time. It really does. That is those. Alright, I'll do motors next, since that is going to be this floor. We'll see if I can transport them on this floor. Oh yeah, Jericho put some lights here. They're not plugged into anything though. And he didn't put them anywhere else in the factory. So, yeah, but yeah, we'll try to keep the motors that we're going to use for this on this floor in particular for... And I need more iron plates. Let's go. Go over here. And right here we are. Boop, boop, boop. Alright, that should be enough. Okay, it is actually faster to walk up these stairs than jetpacking. This is 1 floor too high. The air jetpacks are a lot of fun for getting around, though. Let's snake this, like... Snake this around these. Sorry, overlapping another's clearance. Alright. Well, we're already going up, like, right here, so... I gotta do the top set first. Okay. You know, before now, I've never really used ceiling conveyors in this game. I don't know why. They're such a logical, you know, thing to use. There we go. And I've just, like, never used them. Until now, again. Place the thing a little bit too high, but it doesn't technically matter. Alright. I gotta connect this thing on the floor beneath. Multi-level factories, guys. Multi-level factories. Motors ready to fall off the... Dang it. Motors ready to fall off that belt is what I was about to say. There we go. Oh yeah, we are kicking this factory into action! I don't think there's like any normal power poles around here, so I need to look at this. Oh yeah, we are relatively close to our max consumption right now. We will not be hitting it. How is there still any fuel in this side of the system that's being... Actually, let me just make sure that... Did this get turned off? Oh no, this thing just isn't getting fuel. Okay, that could become a problem if we don't fix that soon. Where is it under this just popped? And there are like no power poles anywhere nearby. There. There we go. This thing's getting its stuff now. This is probably too small for me to slap a valve on. Yeah, ooh, this is also too small. Well, if it gets to these things having stuff and these things not having stuff, we'll just modify all the pipes. Anyhow, just wanted to make sure all that was working properly. To distract me from... Look at these motors go. Anyhow. Okay. I need the smart pleating, which... I'm thinking realistically I will have to transport through this section, through the open section here. Because... Because, yeah, going through the actual floors themselves is probably not advisable. But there is a nice little gap here that I can snake it through for now. Let's get the conveyor belts going up. Considering that this is the floor we have to go to, that conveyor belt is in a very annoying position right there, so I'll have to, like, do that. Let me go build the other end of this. so hard to navigate back here. There we go. All right. Gonna go above this belt here, so it's gonna be a much shorter Mark 1 conveyor belt. And then we are gonna attach it to this wall here. And then we're gonna... So the thing is, we're also gonna need to take out... Ooh. That height is very specific. Actually, maybe I'll go up a bit here. Ooh, almost fell. Ha ha ha. We're also gonna need to take we're gonna need to take the output out, obviously. So... Very well to see. Damn it, I'm gonna have to pick up all this. There we go. And then... Well, realistically, as long as we just bring this over here somehow. Huh. Wow, the conveyor belt's just a little too long to do that. But what I think I want to do is I want to bring it to, like, there, and then bring it down to the ground here, and then from here bring it all the way over here. I guess nothing's using this space here, but yeah. Maybe tucking this away in this corner of the factory wasn't a good idea, and I should have done it in, like, a corner over there. But anyhow, the output of this. Right into a conveyor. Lift. Which is then going to just go right back out there. Which should probably come back... Well, okay, well that's got to go down here. Really? We have this? I left a whole opening in the wall just for this. Oh well. I guess we have this still connected there. Well, over here we still have automated wiring going in. Well, I guess that does come down in here, which is improper, but okay. I mean, generally the... Oh, that's annoying. Oh. Oh. Damn it. Past adventures are going to make it rather difficult to snake things in here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try bringing it down here and have it go under there. So step one is have it come back along here. So eventually it's gonna go to like here, but it's gotta go out a bit farther first. So we're gonna need some scaffolding type substances here. Alright, this will do nicely. Oh, wait. Crap, that's too far. I'm kind of just winging this, guys. Okay, building while jetpacking is not advised. Then I'm gonna need to rotate this 90 degrees effectively, so I can start going down. Okay, we'll Alright, now I've got it. That is a bit tight, but that will do. Okay, we go here. And that allows us to go over a bit to avoid this belt. Unfortunately... Oh no, fortunately, that's not too difficult, actually. There we go! It's now... Alright, our first manufacture and first project assembly part we've done in a hot second. It's now fully connected to the, every other tile, okay. Now connected to the space elevator. Means that we can now turn it on, and here we go. A lot of elevator pieces were used in this, and it takes a full minute to produce each resource, or each one of these. Ooh, these things make a sound. Listen to this thing go. And also, let's remember that it goes onto the floor above, so that's gonna be fun. Fun. So, next order of business is gonna be starting towards the adaptive control unit. Obviously the hardest part for both of this. Or the hardest thing for this was going to be heavy modular frames and computers. Heavy modular frames sounds easier, so I'm going to tackle... This thing makes some sounds. Wow, those sounds. Anyway, I'm going to tackle heavy modular frames first, as that's easier, that's more traditional, doesn't deal with anything oil. But first, let's watch this. The first modular engine that we've ever produced make its way to the space elevator. Just ride with it for actually a good chunk of the way here. Doesn't need to go fast. In fact, let's go slow. Make sure we're just going to be careful with this heavy modular engine. Heavy modular engine. Oh my gosh. Modular engine. It's just a modular engine. It's not that heavy, although it probably is. I wonder what they need engines for up there. Oh well, doesn't matter. In the time it's taken us to get started on production of this, we produced like a bajillion versatile frameworks. There's a reason why you need 2,500. To be fair, but actually the thing is, by the time we launched the previous stage of the space elevator, we've already produced enough versatile frameworks for this stage of the space elevator. So yeah. God, I can't imagine what Phase 4 of Project Assembly is actually going to require. Oh, it does one of those twirly on the belt things. Here it goes, down the elevators. Down the final elevator before it reaches the space elevator. Ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, dun-dun-da, da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da. Oh, apparently I'm not going any farther forwards. And in you go. There it is, 1 out of 500. Woo, just 500 more minutes, like 499 minutes, more minutes until that's done. Alright. Heavy modular frames. Oh, a lot of things have the word frame in it. The recipe for this makes 2 per minute. I believe we're gonna need 1 per minute for... Oh, they're right next to each other. Okay, cool. This is going to require 1 per minute, yeah. And this makes 2. So going through a single one of these might be enough, but depending on resources, we may wish to do 2 of these. Because I don't know how much usage heavy modular frames actually have in building stuff now. I know they used to be very prevalent. They might still be prevalent in stuff we haven't unlocked yet. But I'm not sure. But we probably will want a lot of them. So... I don't have much of a good thing to write down what we're going to need here. I'll do it on in-game science, why not? So we'll just need to multiply results by 2, obviously, but for 2 heavy modular frames, let's go with this. Actually, let's go with this one. Is this correct? It might be upside down. No, it is correct. Okay, good. Actually, let's do this around the corner here, next to the door. It's a little bit louder over here, but, So. Gonna select the heavy... I thought I was typing there. H-E... Heavy modular frames. 2 of those. Wires. So for two of those per minute, we need 10 normal modular frames. So how is JRD Cool able to put sign? Oh, so here's something I'm very confused about. How is JRD Cool able to do this? Place signs on every single level, like. Every time I try to do it, it only allows me to place them once. Or every other slot. Don't know what it is. Like, can I... Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so this requires 3 resources, I think. Maybe it's 4, oh no. Normal modular frames, which we're gonna need 10 of these per minute. We're making an efficient factory here, guys. Oh crap, it's 4 items. Okay, 40 steel pipes. Yes, 40 steel pipes. Shit's gonna get so goddamn out of... Oh, no, not steel pipe. We will need steel pipes, though, obviously. 10 encased industrial beams, and then a fuck ton of screws. It's 10 of those, right? Just gonna verify that's 10, and then we're gonna need... Yeah, 10, and then 240 screws per minute. Oh gosh. Screws. 240. Alright. That's 1 level down from 2 heavy modular frames. That's still a fuck ton of screws, to be fair. The total number of screws is going to be ridiculous. And I've done a lot of screw production. We're gonna need to dedicate like the rest of this floor and the entirety of the next floor to just the heavy modular frames, I can tell. This is quite unfortunate. Quite unfortunate. Anyhow, on to the modular frames. A lot of screws is big. Okay. Math time. So, these are 2 per minute, so we need to multiply these by 5. So 3 times 5, that's going to be 15 reinforced iron plates. Not actually that bad. So... 15 reinforced iron plates, and... wow, 60 rods. Damn, that's a lot of that. Should I go across or go down? We'll go across. Because all of this is, gonna get... this stuff is gonna get annoying to lay out. Okay. I know encased industrial beams are gonna require steel beams, which requires steel, so those will get merged at that point. But we need 40 of these per minute, which is gonna be 60 steel per minute. Okay, that's pretty simple. But that was way easier than I was expecting it to be. That requires 2 things. So... okay, that's 60 steel ingots for that. Then... encased industrial beams, we need 10. I wish it would keep the thing that you had before when the codex opened. That way you can get to it quicker. So for 10 of these... oh god, the ratios are horrible. 6 per minute? Really? It's going to be 1.6 times, so... or 1 2/3 times. So we're gonna need... that's 10/6. Duh. Or 5/3. So 18 times 5/3. We're gonna need 30 steel beams. That's pretty simple, and oh! How did I get to quick search? That's so useful. Anyhow. Yeah, used in heavy modular frame. 36. 60 concrete. Okay. That's pretty simple. Concrete. 60. Ah. And then 240 screws per minute. What's the quick search button? N? Yeah. And that remembers what you had in there last. That's useful. This music's getting really loud. So 40 screws is 10 rods. So basically just divide by 4. So... actually... it's gonna be like 60 rods per minute, right? Oh, okay, you can add this to the to-do list. Can I add like a number then to the to-do list? Strange. Yeah, 60. So 60... We need 60 rods per minute. Rods per minute. Now notice how these are on the opposite end of the equation from that. I might put those next to each other, depending on how necessary that is. Alright. So that's that level of the tree built out. These are just numbers, keep in mind, but this is going to take a ridiculous number of machines. Starting with the reinforced. So, how many of those? We need 15 of those. So, just multiply these times 3, so... Come on, there we go. There we go. So, in terms of iron plates, this is going to be 90 iron plates and 180 screws per minute. That's not terribly. Iron rods are 1-to-1 with iron ingots, so this is gonna just... Ooh, that's too big. Actually, here, let me, These are all basically to the point where they'll each have 1 input. So, actually, yeah, iron ingots is correct there. Sorry. Oh, apart from steel. So we're gonna remove that, as this one here is also going to be... Okay, 15 steel beams, we have 30, so that's just going to be times 2. Okay. So that's 120 steel ingots. Oh boy. Alright. And then, because steel requires 2 things, we're gonna just go down to the next line. Anyhow, concrete. Concrete. We need 60 per minute of 15, so that's gonna be times 4, so 45 times 4. It's 180 limestone per minute. And that's a raw resource. Limestone. Alright, and then this is once again 1-to-1. Or actually, yes, iron ingots. I've got a notification here. Let me just... Completely irrelevant notification. Alright. We've gotten down to 1 raw resource. Over here is actually where we have more steps to go, apparently. So let's... Alright, next row. This should be right down to iron ore there. This is going to be 2 steps to iron ore. That's at iron. These here, I'm actually going to put another sign there, but I need more quartz crystals. I know where I can get some of those real fast. Someone dropped like 200 quartz crystals like right there. So strange, so strange. Anyhow, man, this has been very boring. Sorry about that. That's already at iron ore. I'm gonna add up all the iron ore that's gonna be needed for all these here. that's gonna there be iron and coal ore. That's fine, actually. So that's gonna go down to iron coal there. And that's already at ingots. Alright. So, wait, so 120 plus 60... 180. Gonna add that extra little bit of qualification there. Anyhow, so iron plates are 30 to 20. We need 90 iron plates per minute. So, which is going to be 4.5 of these, which means we're gonna need 30 times 4.5. 135 iron ingots. Screw is a 4 to 1 to 4. So just divide by 4. So 180 divided by 45. $45 iron rods, which I believe iron rods are 1 to 1 with right? Yeah, it's a 1 to 1. So wow, okay. So steel ingots are 3 to 3. Oh, 40. So basically it's a 1 to 1. 1 coal to 1 steel. 1 iron, 1. Okay, so this is 180 iron ore. And 180 coal. What? I actually have no idea why that just happened. Alright, that's all the way down to that total. Okay, everything's at least the ingot form, if not the whole thing. It's actually just out of curiosity, 180 divided by 45. 4, that's just 4 foundries. How interesting. Alright. So now I will get... Is that the whitest sign we got? I guess it is. So add up that. And then... So this is going to be 35 plus 45 plus 60, 240 iron. That is exactly 1 tier 2 miner on a pure node. That is good. So 10 of those requires 240 iron per minute. We already have the numbers here. And then this is just going to be an extra 60 because it's a 1 to 1. Just making sure now that I think of it. If you don't want to let me search there, I'll search here, guys. Yeah, it's just a 1 to 1. Alright. So then... So this is iron ore here. Alright. But yeah, so then I will take... Okay, there are 3 resources that we need in total here. It's going to be iron ore, coal, and limestone. So, for iron ore, it's going to be 240 plus 180 plus 60. That's 480 iron total. That's 180 coal. And 180... Wow, really? I did not realize that would be equal. Alright, I think we... Okay. In terms of coal, I think the coal patch that we're using for the motor production should be enough to cover this, so we don't have to go exploring for that. And limestone and iron are easy enough to find anywhere around the map, so we should theoretically be not really constrained in resources. So let's see. Yeah, I guess we'll get started on this piece by piece. But before that, I'm quickly going to go take a trip to the bathroom. So I will be right back. Alright then, so let's get started on the modular frames. That seems relatively simple. Now I have to go back and remember what was it? It was like 5 of these! This is gonna turn into just like the motor situation where this alone is gonna need like the entire goddamn floor to be produced. But we're gonna start with 5 being the number that we need, so we do have like the remainder of this floor though, and I'm gonna like the motor start in this corner for them. Alright, starting here, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dead in the center here. Apparently not. Oh well, it doesn't matter. And, I mean, the goal is not to use up all that much space, but, like, it's gonna happen, right? Like, we're gonna end up using that much space. Alright, so then we go back to my amount board over here, where I've already calculated the amounts of everything. So, only 15 per minute. Okay, both of these are tier 1 belt things. And also, the reinforced plates are so much more resource intense. So, how many reinforced iron plate? We need 3. So that's 3 more assemblers. Wow, this is going to turn into something that doesn't take me very long to actually build up our production for. 1, 2, 3. reinforced iron plates here. So these can all just get merged onto the same belt. Frick. 5? Oh, crap. And then merged into 5ths, because I've never had problems merging into 5 before. Why is 5 such a common ratio that we have to merge stuff into? It is unnervingly common. And the thing is, it's so hard to split... Why did I do that? In this game, it is so hard to merge things, or to split things into 5 equal groups, because we only have 2 and 3 as our, like, 5 or any, like, anything which has 5 as its only other multiple is really hard to split things into, because you know, we only have powers of 2 and 3. It's like 10, probably 20 as well, are going to be pains in the ass. So the way I think I've solved this in the past was to just... Well, the way I solved it down below is not the way I'm going to be solving it here. I need splitters, not mergers. So I'm just going to straight up... That was the wrong direction. What the heck was that gunshot sound in the game? That makes little sense. I didn't fire. That's not what gunshots sound like in this game. This is what gunshots sound like in the game. So weird. Anyhow, so we're gonna then approach this from a more or less equal distribution. Over this way. And then, yeah, this should be there, there. Now, as for why I'm not going straight, it's because we have verticalities to deal with. Because remember, we're going to be bringing in... well, I guess I'll do the exact same thing here. We're gonna have to bring in the, I'm gonna have to go off the fun straight belts for now and do my own weird thing with these belt routings, because, that is not, that should be soft clearance right now. That should not be hard clearance. See, that looks completely fine right there. Anyhow. The hell? No. There we go. That's the bottom, and the top is much the same. I'm gonna just do that. I know that's like a little weird, but I can't be bothered to do the proper supports for that, so that's what I'm getting. My fan just fell off my desk and on top of and onto the top of the floor, apparently. Actually, yeah, I would have had so much more space if I didn't use the straight belts there. You know, I like the straight belts, but it can be kind of dumb. But the straight belt system can be kind of dumb sometimes. Grabbing that fan that just fell. Alright. So that's the, What, I configured all these things? Yes. Reinforced iron plates. That is reinforced iron plates going into the, modular frames. I haven't done the output for the modular frames, but that's gonna be fine. Alright. That's down to this, which means we're gonna need... Well... I'll lump all the... Well, no, 60 iron rods is just 6 constructors. Perhaps I should just do that first, but we need 90 of the iron plates, which is 4.5 constructors of those. Well, let's get the 6 rod constructors down first, because those are... If if I, Actually, no, I'm gonna push that on top of this. So actually, it will actually be best if I start here. So 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, and these should all be iron rods. Wait, these are 15 per minute? That's not what I expected. Hang on. I need a lot less than that then. 4. I only need 4 of them. So these last 2 over here can get lost. I could maybe use this space a little bit more efficiently then. Anyhow. Logistics, merging. Ha. Gonna move this constructor to actually be aligned so that I don't have to do some weird reconfiguring. Iron rods, let's go. Oh, I need... For goodness sake. I think this floor is like the annoying floor because, yeah, these 2 walls have doors, but the other ones don't. Probably for the best that we only have 2 stairwells, though. That way, like... That way a majority of the space is free for belts and stuff to go through, because, again, my intention with this whole space surrounding the space elevator here is that this is a space for logistics of items to happen, but no actual, like, factoring goes on in here. And theoretically, we also keep the view of the space elevator itself clear. Alright. Let's connect this stuff in. So this is down to iron here, which will be important. Alright, so that is the raw inputs there. Okay, now we go a step down. So, again, we need 90 iron plates, and again, I was searching. They are get produced as 20 per minute, so 90 divided by 20 is 4.5, so we're going to need 5 constructors to be producing all that. And the other thing is screws. I don't know if there's going to be enough space over here for this. Huh, such a shame, such a shame. Actually, maybe I'll move... Oh, I don't like that thing's position anymore. It's not the most effective use of the limited space that we have here. Much better. So now we need 5 constructors for iron plates. So 1. Could you please go to the side? So 1, 2. I need more cables. Damn it. There's oh, there we go. There's always gotta be something. Yeah, honestly, the biggest flaw with this factory, the way I've designed it, is that there's just not enough space on each floor. And like, there was, like, I did originally want to make the factory floors generally larger. But then we started just building up stuff before I had a chance to expand the foundations more. And then we're left with the factory floors being of this size. I don't know if I'm just going to do logistics up front here, or if I'm actually going to have things crafting, like screws up here, but you know, we're going to try to make use of the space best that we can. You know what? 1, 2... 3, 4... 5. Yeah, then we can sneak belts for iron right back here. Great. Now, which one of these things is going to be the half one? Probably that last one, actually. That way we can make... Actually, so I will do that. I will set this one to be the half speed. Alright, there we go. Half speed. And this... thirds. That's perfect. Splitting into thirds is something that we can do perfectly in this game, because the splitter has 3 outputs. Actually, no. We'll go... Oh, that's tier 2. That's way too fast. Okay. So here's what we're gonna go to here. And there. There we go. That is bad. Actually, I think I want this one to also be that way. Yeah. Alright. So then I just gotta merge together all 5 of these. I probably could have put these closer together as well, but I wanted them to be... I wanted stuff to be at least roughly centered. And then... So then that's gonna go over here. Mind you, we will have to be getting iron to those somehow. But we can get to that later. Well, this is going to be 45 iron to there. And then a belt of 60 would have to have one coming back here anyway. Alright, so that's half of that. The other half is screws. How many screws did we need per minute? 180? Which is 4.5 more constructors. Gosh, these constructors love their halves, and then I'm gonna need a lot more rods to be produced. Well, all that considered, this belt takes up too much space. Ugh. So I am apparently out of whatever I need to make the. So we're gonna just do stuff preparing. Could I have done this better? Maybe. But that's not the point. Anyhow, the point is that and I need rods. Okay. So the point is I gotta make my belts have a more efficient use of space. Not that necessarily we should be having inefficient. Not that the routing the belt needs to take doesn't have to be efficient. As long as it gets where it's going and is the right speed, it should be fine. Whee! 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 Alright. And we're back. Alright. Alright, so I guess I'm already figuring out what we're doing for this. Really? It's not equipping you, dinosaur. Okay. Yeah, it's the same problem there. Yeah, maybe that arm is gonna collide with the belt. Oh well. Really? There we go. Alright, there's that belt worked out, which this means that we can then... Or, yeah, also this is gonna have to come out of there somehow. Alright. There we go. Yes, there is some unused space here, but there is not enough space with all these belts in place to actually put any constructors or anything over here. Alright. That's what I wanted to see. Damn, the way existing stuff on this floor is laid out is starting to make it a little bit more maybe I should have put the output over here. Oh well, a bit too late now. So I need... Yeah, I'm gonna need 4.5 constructors worth of screws. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a half. Of course, you will be put at 50%. And of course, this is another distribution of 5s, but this is at least easier because that one, the one that's half, will get its cut first of all the screws. Merger. Oh yeah, oh yeah, that's right. The kind of whole point of this... Oh, perfect. This is making heavy modular frames, right? Or no, this is just... Yeah, this entire thing is for heavy modular frames. This is just the modular frame section, that's right. Great. Alright. So... This section over here... Both of these are down to iron. This is down to iron rods, I believe. Right, yeah, because we got that down there and that down here. We have... Can I paint the signs? Ah, okay. I can't. 45 rods per minute. I hope that's right. Because rods make 15 per minute. Or 3, really? Really? That's it? And then I need to smelt up a lot of iron, yeah. Huh, strange. I was kind of expecting it to be more than just 3. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff that's got to be logisticized around here. But, huh. Try to squeeze it in, I guess. You know what? I think if that... if the constructor's centered on that belt, that will look fine. As long as these things aren't big, they go right through the constructor, no problem. Which is pretty cool. So these will craft the iron rods out of iron, which is gonna flow past. And then these guys are gonna wrap around their products. Actually, we can put them into a single merger. That's being, you know, I generally don't care about the resource. Something I'm realizing about Satisfactory is obviously there are multiple forms of efficient. There's like efficient when it comes to the resources it takes to build something, to build the factory for something, and efficient when it comes to the resources necessary to actually, I guess, run the factory. And I'm generally just efficient in terms of the factory resources, not like the way you build the factory, because I could have just used 2 mergers here instead of 1. That's probably what I would have done, but I was like, this is 3. We can do this nicely here. So we're gonna put, this will allow this conveyor belt to go over here, yes. Oh crap! Connection issues with the server, guys. I think. Oh, never mind. Whoops. I just remembered I had to click twice instead of once. And this is a merger, not a splitter. So we will replace this with the splitter that I intended to put here. There we go. Alright. Iron will be siphoned off of a belt that's going in there. And this is where we're gonna have to get a little bit desperate when it comes to I think that might work? Yeah. That works. And then another splitter right there. And then, I don't know how these things are getting split. We're putting a splitter for these. That one can actually come from that direction. Yeah, there ain't much space in here. Hello? There we go. I need to rotate this one. I mean, I suppose I don't technically have to, but I should. This guy will go that way. That's unfortunately gonna be like that. There's no nice way to fit all this stuff in here. There's a lot of very janky ways that have belts clipping through splitters like this. And belts also clipping through other belts, which I'm gonna have to do because I don't really have another option in this. When dealing with this sort of space, I don't really have another option than to do that. All right. Cool. Everything is now down to the actual level where it'd be at for the 240 iron that we're gonna have to pipe into this system here. All right. Who wants to get everything linked together now? I'll start with these things here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this can be... I know that this is a 5-way split, but hopefully this doesn't matter too much. I actually left myself a reasonable amount of space to get resources out of here as well. Well, that's kind of annoying. Actually, we'll, Alright, splitter here, which we can use to go to there and there. Alright, that's another one of the iron things done. So we have... how much iron do these things require? So that's... well, here. We have 135 for the... actually, I don't even know if Tier 1 belts are now appropriate for a lot of this. So, 60 for the rods, for the final rods is fine, and 45 for this in here is fine. But 135 for all of this stuff here. So this is an whoa. So that's going to be an entirely full belt right there, and this is what, 2.5. So that's going to need to be. This belt is going to need to be tier 2 up to this point. All right. Which means 6. Wait. Oh, well, I mean, go. This belt here is probably going to be the belt I'm taking all 3 of these things off of. Let's be real. Because 135 plus 45 is 180. Which is exactly 6 miners, which are, I guess, going to go over here. So, 180 would require a tier 3 belt. So, yeah, I hope this doesn't cause I hope this doesn't cause problems with distribution of resources. But I'm just gonna take the tier 3 belt that has what? Okay, I'm just gonna take the tier 3 belt that's gonna have the 180 iron on it. Split it through there. Or yeah, 180 iron, split that through there, and then we got tier 2, no wait, that's still tier 3. Alright. And then we have the remainder of this belt, which... oh yeah. All in straight. Conveyor belt shape. Well then, don't shape the conveyor belt like that maybe, huh? There we go. There's just kind of a lot of space here. And then the remaining 60? That's 180 out of the 240, and then the remaining 60 can just be a normal tier 1 belt that is stacked on top of this here. So... oh, actually, I'm gonna have to... wait. Well, I think that's going the wrong directions anyway. Gonna have to bump this thing up. Because, yeah, I need... there we go. Gonna need to bring tier 3 belts through here, and then I'm gonna need a tier 1 belt above all of this. So probably, wait, really? This is not all that up there. This is, okay, it's like, how is this not well aligned to the grid here? What the heck? I don't know, I'm just not aiming in the right space, I guess. But yeah, specifically we're gonna have... oh, what the heck did I screw that one up? Yeah, we're just gonna... very strange how some... yeah, it is very strange how some areas I'm just like, yeah, I must make this thing look right. In other areas I'm like, eh, whatever, who cares? Okay, then we go... Come on, can you stay on these surfaces for frick's sake? Actually, you know what? We're gonna go all the way down on one step. So we'll go from there to there. Yeah, that makes it. And we'll go through here. Don't have to worry about the other belts beneath it for once. And yeah, the straight belts aren't the most intelligent thing. I wish there was like multiple options for straight belt that would be more intelligent about where they decide to, or not necessarily intelligent, but just like straight 1, 2, and 3, which are all effectively the same thing, but like, say the difference between like straight 1 and 2 is that straight 1 will try to go up or down first, versus straight 2 will try to go up or down last. Maybe straight 3 tries to spread out vertical changes across the entirety of the belt. That sort of things are... And then, you know, a bunch of different straight options would be nice. But I guess having straight at all is nice to begin with. Alright. So now, for the vertical processing of the 240 iron, which, it's gonna be 8 burnt smelters. Guess this area is getting some smelters. Production smelter. These things can thankfully be packed in quite tightly. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All devoted to iron. Alright. I have no idea what we're doing for inputs currently, so we will just leave that as is for now. Actually, here's something we're gonna do. We'll make a pathway through here, and we'll put... So we'll move this tier 3 belt here. Yeah, like that. Just like that. Move that to the second tier there, and then we can move that belt... Really? Sometimes it will go gradually over the entire length when you're in straight mode for the descending, and sometimes it'll just be like, nope, I want to go all down like within a third of the length. Yeah, the point of this, as I was about to say, is so that we can make this tile open as the, we'll figure it out for there. But this way we can go paint patterns on the floor. And there we go. Got some patterns on the floor now, a nice walkway underneath here. Now we got all these things to deal with. Easy. The easiest thing is at the last... Wait, 8? That's it? The last 2. I don't know why I was expecting more, but the last 2 here go into... Okay, these are too close to actually have that point like that. The last 2 here go to the top belts, which will be on top here, I guess. I guess I'll put that in between there. There we go. And yeah, that goes up to there. Now, as for all of these things, they all need to be merged down into this belt, but obviously this belt has got to come down as well. So at very least, these things got to be merged down right here. Alright, that works. And we can just place down a bunch of mergers. So then we go. Alright. There we go. And that, after like an hour of work, that is the modular frame, the production systems for modular frames. Actually, I guess I'll merge them onto a single belt back here. That is the production of, what is it, 10 modular frames per minute? Yeah, 10 modular frames per minute. That's all that is. Which is going to go to 2 industrial or heavy modular frames per minute. Mergers, logistics. Why did I just do that? Alright. That is... Alright, so that's that. Obviously the next order task is actually to connect all these machines up to power. Wonder how much load they're gonna theoretically add to the grid. Going back to the wall of things that we have to do. Screws are probably going to be the final thing we have to do, as that's a relatively easy thing, but it's going to be relatively space consuming. More important, yeah, I guess all steel-based production is next. So we'll get the 180, that's 4 foundries. We'll place 4 foundries in. And then we'll go from there, I guess. The foundries can go over this way, I guess. But yeah, first up is getting all this stuff on the power grid. Actually, I'm just going to do a calculation to see how much. So 4 times 8 plus how many constructors do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, I think that's 18 constructors who use also 4 megawatts. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 constructors at 15 megawatts each. That's 224 megawatts for this entire setup. Not too bad. That's basically 1 fuel generator worth of power that we are... So basically this entire segment of the production line uses 1 fuel generator worth of power. Which is like 2.5... Oh, no. 1.5 coal generators, I believe? Wait, yeah, because coal generator is like 150 megawatts. 250 is, yeah, it's like 1 and a bit, or We have 1-bit coal generators. Anyhow. Obviously, none of this has any inputs to process right now, so we won't actually be putting any load on the grid. But if we were to put this load, if this load were to go into action on the grid, that's approximately what its effect on the grid would be. We need to. That was very loud and like it was a big. I mean, I know it's one construction sound, but like it's so tiny. I feel like they could have like a different construction sound for like a tiny little node that you put there. Or that you put in. Alright. And these roof-mounted power nodes are very convenient to hook into. Right. Of course, all of these are on the priority power switch for this floor of the building. I don't know how Jared Cool set up the priorities, because he was the one who did all the setup for the priority power system. Let's see. So, power source cutoff. Okay. Main factory supply. Main factory hypertubes. So the problem with this is that the third floor is heavily involved. Why didn't he set floor 1 and 2 to have? Anyhow. The problem with this is because all of this, the refineries are on floor 3, the third floor is instrumental in actually supplying the whole thing with power. And so are I guess, the awesome sinks outside. Speaking of which, let's take a brief detour. God, the sounds of this game. Let's take a brief detour to the outside, where we can check on the awesome sink and see just how many coupons it happens to hold right now. 89, and I don't know. I don't know what the current number of DP per thing is. Here's that coal going to power generation. Near constant stream. Not entirely though, because obviously tier 3 belts do more than double a tier 2 belt for some reason. It's not much more, but it is more for some reason, which makes little sense. Here, a tier 2 belt is 120 resources, a tier 3 belt is 270, and then we're back to just 480. Like, what? Why does the tier 3 belt do slightly more than double? Makes no sense. Anyhow. Next floor. Alright, that's the production for the first of 4 components. The second 2 kind of just go together. So we're gonna plop these down. So I believe 180 total steel is... yeah, just 4 foundries. So, start with that. 4 foundries. 4 foundries. Foundry. Oh. Okay. 1, 2. Actually, these should be closer to the. I think these should be more like here. 1, 2. I need more modular frames. Oh yeah, keep in mind that we're just we haven't even gotten to any of the quantum or... yeah, keep in mind we haven't gotten to any of the nuclear or quantum things in this game yet. Like, once we get there, oh boy. I don't even know if the factories... well, particle accelerators definitely won't be able to fit inside the factory. And I don't know what we're going to want to do for them. We're just going to want to make the floors taller, or we're going to make them wider. I don't know what we're going to do. Actually, we probably should consider making the floors, like, wider. Actually, maybe after I get some stuff done over here, maybe I'll go end off the stream by Oh, preparing the next floors to be wider. Alright, steel is currently the only thing we can make in the foundries, but there are other things that we will be able to make in the future. Alright. What next? That's 180 steel per minute. We need to take exactly one normal belt of it and send that into pipe production, and one tier 2 belt, send that into beam production. So we will do that. Well, first I guess we merge it down into a single tier 3 belt. Nope. I want that to be like that. And then we go into a tier 3 belt. And out of this we get a normal belt, or tier 1 belt even, and tier 2 belt. Okay, so the pipe production, which is actually a finished product, that requires how much? That requires the normal belt. Actually, I think I'm gonna flip which belt is which on this splitter. Because yeah, I want to. I'm gonna take this. Bring it around here. And we're gonna do the stuff for encased industrial beams first. So that would be this one. Steel beams, which is 2. Wait, no, wait. Hang on. We need how many per minute? My numbers are 30. Yeah, that is 2. Ah, yes. 2 constructors worth of steel beams. So that, I guess, will go right over here. Oh. That's fine. So it's gonna get... I've been playing for 2 hours. Yay, the stream is... Oh, it's close to 2 hours done. I need more... Oh, good. We're building right next to the stairs right now. Alright. Alright. Well, I said alright a lot of times there. Alright, then we split this down once again. Kind of annoying. That works. Well, I want that to work. Oh, we should have aligned it more with that, but whatever. Alright. Steel beams. I don't know why the tier 2 belts look so goddamn dirty. None of the other belts look nearly that dirty, but tier 2 does. Tier 2 belts just look so goddamn dirty in this game. Alright, next up. Consulting the Oracle here, we're gonna need 60 concrete, which is 4 constructors of 4 concrete. Wait, and what is, actually, hold on, how many in case, let's see, that is not the right, I don't know how I keep going into the wrong thing there. Right, we're gonna need like 2 assemblers for that. Alright, so I believe, what was that, 4 constructors for 2, 3, and 4. Does not leave much space for squeaking by. Perhaps I should... they were also not aligned. That's great. Actually, you know what? This is actually going to be a little bit easier to do like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Into 2 assemblers. Bit of space for movement here. And these are going to be producing encased industrial beams. But this one only needs to produce 4 per minute, which is... There we go. 4 per minute. Yeah, this was so much easier. Goddamn, the steel-based stuff was so much easier to get production set up for than the, Yeah, steel was so much easier to get set up for now than concrete, or than modular framers. I'm not even gonna take a stab at screws on stream, right? I'm going to just leave that. I'll leave that for myself / Jerry Cool to do later. With that, I'm probably just gonna do it after I end the stream. So I got other stuff I gotta do, like for instance, this is just making 60, right? Yeah, 60. Which can be... I think they should both be fine with... No, wait. Yeah, no. Yeah, tier 1 belts are gonna be fine here. Alright. I like to be consistent with this stuff, so... Alright, there we go. A little bit wavy, but not a big deal, and yeah. That is the encased industrial beams production good here. How many of the steel... What do I need to do for steel pipes, then? 40 per minute, which I think is just 2 constructors, right? Yeah, it's just 2 constructors for those. Alright. This shit's easy, man. Easy. I could probably move these things forwards another tile, maybe. I might make a little bit of the logistics back there hard, but, we'll just put the constructors for the steel pipes back here in the corner like this. We need to snake the belt. I put them backwards, didn't I? Here we go. It's going to get a little bit of a headache here. So I'm probably gonna... Well, we have been going for over 2 hours now, so, yeah. Alright, now time to bring that belt over here. Then I just need to aggregate all the outputs together, and, this belt actually can... a little bit shorter here. Hopefully that's connected to everything, and then, yeah, that should be fine. A little bit of wall clipping is fine. Never gonna hurt anyone. Well, maybe, actually. Alright. And then, the screw production almost certainly isn't going to fit into the space, but I guess I will start laying it out and try. But the finished production of... Alright, power. Last thing here, power. The finished production of the actual heavy modular frames is definitely going to have to go out onto the... This is probably... It's so dark, it's probably really hard for you guys to see. I'll turn on my flashlight so there's something visible on screen. YouTube's compression can be quite the shit. Yeah, I can actually tell that on YouTube it is definitely compared to what I can see myself on YouTube, it definitely looks much worse. Bum, bum, bum. I didn't even bother calculating how much power this stuff puts on the network, because this is relatively simple stuff. Alright. And so yeah, that's that. That's modular frames, encased industrial beams, and steel pipes. All done. The only other thing that I'm going to end up needing is the 240 screws. How many? I forget how many of the. That's 40 each. That's six constructors for screws, which screws take a fourth of 1 rod per 4 screws. So actually, I have the number of rods that's going to need right here. So 60 rods, which is divided by 15. That's 10 constructors. Can I fit 10 constructors? Actually, you probably can fit 10 constructors over there. It's just going to be 60 more iron, which is going to be 4 more of these. Yeah. I don't know. The 10 constructors is the biggest thing over here. The next floor is obviously definitely. Okay, let's see. I guess this is where I'm gonna end the stream off on this little experiment here. So 1. Dang it! Okay, actually, so yeah, I guess there's stuff that I'm planning to do in the stream. Actually, one of the other reasons why I want to end the stream is because I was working on a fun little replay for the next Coolcraft episode, and the render time was like registered at an hour long, which is crazy, or over an hour long, and I had to pause the render to do the stream because Satisfactory's frame rate was in the goddamn toilet. So, yeah. Anyhow, 10 constructors right next to each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yes, it can! I'll have to obviously do a lot more routing around here for all of the various stuff. This, mind you, this isn't including the 4 smelters we're going to need, but I could probably fit that in back here. So yeah, I guess I'm going to be making all the actual components for the heavy modular frames on this floor, but I'm not going to bother doing the belting right now because I think it's time I end off the stream. And I'll go up to the roof to do it, so I can launch myself off into the distance to end the stream. How fun will that be? Alright then, so, power grid, over 14,000 megawatts. So yeah, anyhow guys, with that, I'm gonna say thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to leave a like on the stream on your way out, and subscribe for future live streams and other stuff. Ring the bell so you'll be notified of those future live streams when they happen, and Yeah. Oh yeah, check out my game, which is linked in the description, and I see you all the next Satisfactory live stream, which is probably going to be Friday. Woo! Also watch today's Coolcraft episode. Bye!